Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Looking for room. It's Bishop. Tackled behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play.
And I think that's really the key to this football team. You saw it last week, man. Everything kind of falls into place when he gets the football and the ground game gets going. And I think when you play a rivalry game with emotion, with passion, like settle everybody in, run the football, and be more physical.
They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Off play action. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Guys, let's chat about Georgia. We're at the halfway point of the season. They're sitting atop the rankings. How hard is it to maintain that focus as the season goes along?
It's really tough, and that's one thing this coaching staff's really been trying to focus on, is just to take one opponent at a time, regardless of where they're ranked, regardless of where you're playing. You've got everybody's attention. You're the #1 team of the country midway through the year, David, but there are tougher challenges ahead.
Well, and it's hard to get your players' attention because you start thinking you're good. We've got to get better every week, every practice, and sometimes that #1 ranking makes you not work as hard, gets you a little bit complacent, so that's the job of this coaching staff moving forward.
Still running at the 35. Running free. Runs it into the house. Touchdown, Georgia!
That's a nice job by the offense there in their second drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. That didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls, and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive really be in sync and finally find the rhythm.
You got to like the answers, right? Like sometimes you come out, sometimes you're situated and you're ready to rock and roll and it comes out hot. Sometimes it doesn't, but I like the response. Their defense does their job, gets them the football back. They come out, execute. Nice job getting on the scoreboard.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Vols offense takes the field to start this drive. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. On the draw, it's Bishop. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Grab behind the line. It's Staley. Makes a catch but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
Really nice job by the defense, keeping everything in front of you in that situation and rallying to the football, and now you're rewarded with 3rd and long. So we'll see on this next play if they do the same thing here or if they sell out and bring the blitz.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Hit as he throws. Just gets rid of that one.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and force the incompletion.
And the Volunteers will line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Sets his feet. It's Stockton. Out wide left, it's Frazier. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Fresh set of downs going up top. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. You got... Played in rivalry games. So what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
The Dogs line it up with a 1st and goal. From the red zone, it's Frazier. Touchdown, Dogs! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And he's in for his 2nd touchdown, man. He knows what to do when he gets down here. He knows how to get in the end zone. And I love when you can run the football as you get closer to that goal line. Be the more physical team, and they're doing just that.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Takes the handoff. It's Bishop. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Kept the last one on the ground, now they'll throw. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down.
And that's your goal, separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Under pressure. Right side, it's Smith. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense.
And they've dug themselves a hole in this football game. I get it. Obviously, defense has not played great on the other side. But this possession right here, man, this is big. Get the passing game going. Get a little bit of balance going. I think they need to score on this possession to take a little pressure off and kind of get that defense juiced up.
The run inside. It's Bishop. Hard running there. And runs through another guy. They get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a first down. The Vols are rolling down the field. A very short pickup there, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Caught in the backfield, it's Jackson. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
That's just a tremendous individual effort by the defender. He's able to defeat his block and get to the ball and get the ball down on the ground. Very, very nice job.
Third and long coming up. He's looking to pass. They got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack that might have knocked him out of field goal range.
Man, this defense is dominating all game long. They have been making this quarterback's life so difficult with their pass rush. They bring him down there for the sack. They're not giving anything up. They're leading this game by a lot. We're only in the second quarter, and this ain't going to change unless this offense can find a rhythm.
Punt is on its way. Looking for room. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Moving the pocket, it's Stockton. Left side, it's Wiley. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
And that's a really good throw by this QB, man. Seeing the crossing routes, putting it on his chest so he can keep running across the field, get those yards after the catch. Nice job being on the same page with QB and receiver.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll go to the counter. Got the first down. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And that's a nice run by the running back. And I tell you what, man, these rivalry games, a lot of times they're decided by who can run the football, who can exert their will, be more physical, because there's so much emotion that goes into it. And going back to last year, like this game was so close, so tight. So what's going to be the difference? A lot of times, man, it's the physicality and the running game.
Great job on the back end in coverage. DB staying in the hip pocket of the target and was able to swat that ball away.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat. tent formation here. Motion from the wide receiver. On the direct snap, it's Frazier. He locked up and held on to bring him down. Neyland Stadium alive, a cauldron of orange noise on third down. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Got it. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Fourth down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Makes a grab past the marker.
Man, those plays are frustrating on a defense. You get 3 stops, and you force that fourth down, trying to get off the field, but the offense makes the play, gets the first down. It's almost like you got to kind of recalibrate, refocus. Forget that one. Let's do it again.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Fires to the middle. Timed it perfectly to knock him free and forces the third down.
Non-name receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
They're looking at a third down and short from the 33. Rid of it on the RPO. They make the tackle, but he's got enough to give Georgia a first down. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Buying a little time to his left. Breaks into the open. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hitting the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. Catch in the middle, it's Davis. He's stopped at the 40, but it'll be a first down here late in the half. And the ball's in the hurry-up.
And that's a big play for this offense, and they need to get going. They've built themselves a deficit. They need points on this drive, or else, guys, the second half, we're going to be telling old war stories, right? Like back in my day, and Jesse did this, and I did that. So, I mean, come on, offense. Let's put this together. Let's keep this game competitive.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught. He's finally chased out of bounds, but a huge explosive play on the ground.
And you never want to say it's over early. I mean, we're here early in the game, but considering what the scoreboard is saying, they absolutely had to have that play for them to stay in this football game. And sometimes it just takes one great throw and one great catch to wake you up. They need to score a touchdown on this drive. They need to score another touchdown on their next drive, but maybe that's the play that turns things around for them.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close, and when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them, and guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
But, guys, they're not sending the punt team out there. They're going to go for it. This is a huge risk, and, man, if it backfires, they're in trouble. The fake and wants to throw. Dumps it to the back. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Looking for more room. Past the 20. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Took it all the way back to the... The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Keeps it on the ground. Runs through a tackle. Good gain there. Picks up the first down, and now maybe this offense attacks before the half. Timeout is called. It's the second charge to Tennessee. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break.
Ready, go!
Fresh setter down's going to the air. Fires left. And it's picked off for the third time today. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. One more snap coming before halftime. Handoff, Frazier running left. Shakes off the defender. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll try to bend in a 37-yarder. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Guys, welcome into the epicenter of the college football world, our Orlando EA Sports Studios, and a great Week 8. We start with a look at Ohio State taking on the number 16, the Oregon Ducks.
Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well.
Snags it, and there's running room. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. Out wide left, it's Bishop. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Short completion on 1st down, and here comes 2nd and 8. Throws to the wideout. Incomplete. What a fight for that one in midair, but neither guy could come down with it. They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Changing the routes with his receivers.
Sweet. Booster. Bubba. Go.
Looking to throw again. Unloads it left. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And I thought the game plan has been so good by this defense, man. They know exactly who his go-to guy is out wide, and they're doing a great job of mixing up coverage, taking...
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory.
Booster. Bubba. Sweet.
Snapped on 4th down. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down and it guts alive. You always hear run the route deep enough to get the 1st down, but if you don't, you better fight your way there, and he did.
Yeah, nice job. Hey, listen, catch the football, understand 4th and short, the situation, and then go get that 1st down. Don't dilly-dally. Don't try to make a home run play. Get past the sticks. Nice job of understanding that situation.
He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Going to take a shot. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
And, guys, I just don't know what to say about this offense. Like, they take a deep shot. They've tried it short. They've really just struggled to try to find any way to move this football. They've dug themselves a hole, and now they've got to find some answers. Maybe find your guys, your go-to guys. Players, not plays. Maybe that's what they need to get something going right now.
Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. The Volunteers are in the hurry-up. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Second down, going to throw it. Finds his big tight end.
Well, there's an example of the quarterback just creating on the fly, because I think that was supposed to go to the running back on a screen, and he just saw an open guy downfield and said, I don't know, I'm just going to throw it down to this dude. He's wide open. I know it's not how we drew it up, but we'll take it.
Right at the line. They get him on the ground. The defense knew exactly where they had to stop him, and it's fourth down.
And this offense, I don't think this is going to be a surprise. I think the offense is going to stay on the field. You've already seen it once on this drive, and they've already been successful. You know how hard it is to defend when there's an extra down, and they do it over and over.
Converts on fourth down. Still going. Touchdown, Tennessee. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Love the play design on offense, because you get your playmaker, the guy you want with the ball in his hands. You get him open, easy throw for the quarterback. Receiver does the rest. Put 6 up on the board.
Lining up to add another. The extra point is good, but the lead is still big, down 31-7. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. Coming out with it, it's Phillips. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Georgia offense ready to go on the attack. They come out for the first time in this second half. The lead a little smaller than when they went to the locker room, and they'll try to answer here. Driven back.
Well, this defense obviously knows they have to be able to stop the run now in the second half if they're going to win this game. And you wonder if they were able to make some tweaks and some adjustments at halftime. Maybe getting some more bodies close to the line of scrimmage to give themselves a chance to come back in this game.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Trying to take it back. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. Does life get any better than this for an offense to start a drive with a 1st and goal? They'll send the back in motion. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Volunteers! A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
Now a 2-point conversion attempt coming up. The snap sets up to throw. Makes the grab for the 2-point conversion. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. And he had no option on that one. Defense ready for anything, and they stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Frazier again. Oh, he's got some space. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. He's up to 90 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. That's caught. It's Wiley. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
And there you see the bind that the RPO play can put a defender in. That linebacker had to make a decision. Was the running back going to get the ball? He thought so, so he bit up, and that allowed the slant to be thrown in behind him.
And the Dogs have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. They'll give to Frazier. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down.
Man, these offenses that are built for late game situations, when you get later in the football game and you have the lead and you got a guy that you can hand it to like him that keeps making plays over and over again, man, does it start to put a lot of pressure on the defense for them to be super aggressive and bring a lot more bodies near the line of scrimmage.
On the direct snap, it's Frazier. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscles. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Handoff for Frazier. Turning it on. He's got the first down. He's at the 10. Touchdown Bulldogs. And the route is on. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Tony.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Tennessee starts this drive as the offense takes the field. First play of this drive. Out wide right, it's Jackson. At the 45 on his way. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Quarterback changing the play. Wants to throw one first. Fires it down the seam. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now, huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
And the Volunteers racing to the line in the hurry-up. He'll throw on third down. Fires to the wideout. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Man, it's just been frustrating to watch the inconsistency of this guy at QB, man. You've got to be able to stay in rhythm in an offense and stay ahead of schedule. And he's had a moment, and he threw a touchdown pass, but more consistency, more finding the open guys, delivering it to them, and keeping this offense on schedule.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
And defensively, man, you just want to get to fourth down, right? Give yourself an opportunity. And even though it was 4th and 1, try to get the stop, especially this part of the field where they could come away with points and kick a field goal, or they could come away with a touchdown. Man, I want to get this stop and get off the field, but the offense executed. Defense just missed out.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
On the run, it's Bishop. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
And that third down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes, bring the speed on the field, and get ready to play the pass.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Man, oh man, those types of penalties just drive defensive coordinators crazy. Was fourth down, now first down. Got it behind the line, it's Staley. And he's tackled, brought down at the 19. They're into the red zone with another first down.
And man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Straight ahead, it's Bishop. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. And the third down pass is incomplete.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. He's brought down, a short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice gain.
Now from their own 20-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Frazier again. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the snap, it's Frazier. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. The Volunteers will call their first timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. To the air, it's Stockton. Rushes on. And it's a sack.
And that's the first thing that's really gone right this afternoon. You got a big deficit. You haven't hit the quarterback very often. You need to change that around. Good start of the second half here. Make him feel uncomfortable.
Georgia lining up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Trying to get started. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Drops back on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. It's Staley. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Left side is Jackson.
And it's all about coachable moments, and obviously they have not had a ton of success throwing the ball in this game, but as a coach, I think you're just looking for positives, like that play right there, even late in the game, taking your steps, making the right read, an accurate throw.
Going for it all. And the incomplete pass, taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Wants to throw it. Looking left. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a 4th down.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback, and I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now.
And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the 4th down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over.
Bubba. Slide. Chip. Sweep. Let it go.
Snapped it, and he has to have it. Makes a catch. First down and maybe a lot more. Dragged to the ground, but not before. He's converted the 4th down to keep the drive going. Tough run here. It's Bishop. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. The Vols want to pick up the tempo.
Booster. Bubba.
On the clock.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
Looking to throw on 3rd. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The offense will use a timeout. Clock is stopped with 22 seconds left.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominate.
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move them back. They converted fourth down earlier on this drive, and now they'll try it again.
Booster.
Needs it here on fourth down. Fires deep toward the end zone. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it.
Well, it's been that kind of day for the offense, and this quarterback specifically. They've had their chances. They've had opportunities throughout the course of the game to get some pitches and catches and make some explosive plays, just not able, though, to hook up. And you saw it on that fourth down play right there. They're trailing by a lot of points because those are the throws you've got to make if you're going to win games like this, and they just have not been able to get it done.
They'll start on the ground with Frazier. There he goes. Inside the 50, the 30, running inside the 20. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the fourth, and now they can smell 8 straight wins.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. One snap, and you've got a touchdown on the board. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Direct snap. It's Bishop. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. And David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer.